with the, it evokes some sort of emotion in you.
I feel like we should have a counseling session really fast for Alfie here. What? Just tell him that you love him and we appreciate him. Do we appreciate him?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for humiliating yourself for us. All right, where is our next question? We got little waving hands over there. Where is my mic guy? There you are! Yay!
There's been so many deaths in this series so far, but which one has been your favorite?
What is your favorite death in the series for each of you?
My favorite death was, I don't know, it was when Jon Snow is in the Priest's Keep, and I don't even know if it was a specific character, and if it was, I can't remember the name, because I too get lost with everyone's names. But he stuck a sword like in the back of this guy's head, and it came out his mouth, and it was the most badass death, and I was like, why didn't I die like that? But that was my favorite.
Because you had to look stunning and beautiful in your death. Gwendolyn, how about you?
Nothing can beat the horrible, torturous pain of watching the Red Wedding. One of my favorite characters, just Michelle Fairley with that scream, it tortures me in my dreams.
And they had to add the fetus stabbing in there. I almost fainted. I was like, why is that happening? Alfie, how about you?
I think for me, Ned Stark's death and Ygritte's death.
All right, I see you. Hello, darling.
Hi. My question is for all three of you, and I know one of you have been since deceased, so I assume this is a question that applies while your character is alive. What do you think currently, for those of you who are still going and previously, was your character's greatest fear at this moment in the show?
Well, I think Theon.
What is your character's greatest fear?
To be forgotten, I think. He doesn't want to be left behind. He's constantly trying to keep up, and he makes the wrong decisions in doing that. So, yeah, I think to be forgotten.
I don't think Brienne wants to fail Captain Stark. She wasn't want to fail her. I think she wants to find those Stark girls, and if she doesn't, she'll never forgive herself.
I think Ross just didn't want to be lonely.
Well, I'm actually quite surprised because Roz, as we all know, is a beautiful, high-paid hooker who goes to King's Landing and works her way up to where she's dealing with Lord Baelish and Varys. And she's actually influencing huge decisions and stuff that is going on in King's Landing. I mean, your character warned Shay against Littlefinger's intentions with Sansa Stark, which that made me love your character so much because I'm like, she's so loyal to House Stark, because you're talking about hearing when she's born, the bells tolling. I am like an idiot savant with Game of Thrones. I can like tell you everything about it. Now, where is our microphone? And we, okay, yes, enough about how much I love Roz. Yell into it.
Okay, there we go. This question actually potentially ties in pretty well to the previous one, because one of the really interesting things about Game of Thrones to me is no one is really clearly a hero or really clearly a villain. And it was very interesting to hear about everyone's perspective on playing a character. I think Theon is a great example of that, actually, where even if you're like, oh gosh, Theon, please just pull out a win just this once.
Well,
they're kind of a dick and they're kind of someone that you care for, and how do you love the empathy for
Except
that
for
character?
Cersei, right? I mean, I've
Okay,
never
even
cared
her.
about
Throw Cersei as a fourth
I think Theon's one of the most human characters in the show. He's making mistakes, and I think everyone can relate to that. It's a universal theme in anyone's life. No one's perfect, so yeah, I think with Theon, it's, you know, he just makes mistakes like everyone. So he's neither black nor white. He's in the grey area, you know.
I didn't hear the question. Sorry, what's the question?
Okay, you were just asking about, pretty much she's saying no character is a villain, or a good guy. Though I dare to say that Brianna Tarth is kind of the female manifestation of Ned Stark, because she's so honorable and loyal. But what she was saying is pretty much like, how do you feel your character, where are they at right now? He's saying he's the most humanized of all of them from his rise and fall, but she's just pretty much pointing out that like no one's quite good or quite bad.
That's what I love about all of the characters, though, is that they're all flawed, and it makes them really three-dimensional. It makes them more like human beings we can relate to. Exactly as Alfie said, no one's perfect, and you know, Brienne is dedicated to the good. I sometimes worry at night when she's going to put a foot wrong, but that's what I love about all the characters in Game of Thrones. They do, all of them have their darkness.
Right, where are we? There you are. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Jenny, so I'm going to stand up.
Oh, okay, yay, hello, little one.
Hi, this is for both of you lovely actresses on the panel. The show is decidedly less feminist and much more misogynistic than the books are. And do you feel that's an attempt by the producers to appeal to the male fan base, specifically those that are participating in #Gamergate? #Gamergate, it's basically an internet attack on women. They threatened Anita Sarkeesian to the point where she had to cancel her speech at a university because they threatened to shoot up the school.
Gamergate is basically a bunch of men who attack women on the internet. They pull all their personal information and give it out on public forums as a way to quiet and sequester women and I guess our power in the industry. So
I wasn't aware of that group of individuals. However, I am
scared of you.
Good. I am very aware that gender inequality is still very alive in our world. However, the female characters in Game of Thrones are some of the strongest female characters we have seen in recent times on television. And I applaud that. And I'm very passionate about the way that women are portrayed. And I am very proud of the work that is continuing to be done by this television show in mainstream media. And it may be small steps, but I'm very grateful they're being taken.
I agree with Whitney. I think it would be very easy because of the violence against women. I mean, there's violence against everyone in Game of Thrones. It's not just the women. You know, and obviously there's a lot of nudity and there's a lot of adult content. Which obviously is something that I've been asked a lot about. But I agree with you. I think that you could read it, therefore, if you just looked at it on a complete surface level, you could be like, yeah, this is a misogynistic show. But I think once you scratch under the surface and you start seeing what the women in it are doing and what they're saying and how they portray themselves, like Roz, yeah, you could easily like take a feminist standpoint against her because she's a sex worker, but at the end of the day, she's a woman who works very hard and to better herself throughout the show and is intelligent, is witty, and has great work ethic. So I think that to read it, you can't just read it on one level or another, and I think it's pretty representative, sad as it is, for the world that we live in, which is full of the same kind of issues that people are facing in Game of Thrones. But I'm really shocked. I can't even believe a group like that exists in our present age, and that's disgusting. Hey, what, sorry? Oh, is it those people who keep it up? Well, good luck leaking a nude of me. I think that ship's already sailed.
I mean, I think both your characters, as a woman myself, are awesome. I mean, Brienne rose above the fact that she was supposed to be a lady, right? And she's like, no, I don't want to be a lady. I want to be a badass. And finally, her dad was like, fine. I guess I'll like give you lessons. And with Roz, a lot of people don't know this, but the hookers of Westeros are generally very unlearned. That's why they don't say my lord or my lady. They say me lord and me lady. So she can actually read and stuff, which Mary's found very fascinating. perked him up, and he realized that she was a formidable force to be reckoned with because she was smart enough to hear what was going around this way. The bird got employed, right? All right, now where is the microphone? Here we are. Another question up in front. Hello, darling.
If you were watching the show without being in it, obviously, would you like your character? Do you think you? Yeah, like, would you like your character?
If I wasn't playing it, I'd be furious. I love the character. I really love playing it, and I do feel very grateful to be playing it.
Yes, is my short answer. Yeah, I think Ross is awesome, and I miss playing her. I actually do. And I actually went through a very weird mourning period for her, which I never knew was even possible. I didn't know that could happen, but I guess I spent 5 years of my life being her, and then suddenly she was gone. And I think you guys would probably agree, and most actors would say that you put a piece of yourself into every character that you create, and it's a way of expressing yourself. And when you don't have that anymore, it's strange. So I miss her.
All right, microphone is there.